Meditation is changing lives one Filipina at a time. Let me tell you a story about a few of the Filipinas that I've met over the years. One Filipina had 4 stepfathers. Her father didn't marry her mother, had sex, her mother has a child, father runs away. Next father comes, has sex, gives birth to a child, he runs away. 4 fathers come and go. One of them shoots the daughter with a revolver. And when I meet her and fall in love with her, she does not want to fall in love with me because she believes that all men, if she loves them, will run away. And so even though I'm in love with her, she said that she doesn't want to fall in love with me. She'd rather separate because she doesn't want to risk being abandoned again. Now, that's a lot of pain. That's a lot of trauma. Another woman constantly shamed by her father. Her father gives more to her brothers. She's almost finishing college, and the father doesn't give support for her to complete her degree, instead moves the money over to the brother so that he can start college, devaluing all women just because of gender. That father uses her money when she becomes an OFW, uses money to pay off his debts. But then later, when she needs money for an emergency, he refuses to give any. He uses her money when he is dying of cancer, but curses her when she stops the support. In other words, a father treating his daughter like a money machine. These stories go on and on and on and on. Women feeling they are second class. Women feeling that they don't deserve. Women feeling that they are unlovable, that they are ugly. And I want to understand the psychology of this, because from age 0 to 7, a child is completely and utterly innocent. Now, what that means is that every hit, every abuse, every rape, every lie, every shame, every beating that a child from 0 to 7 receives, the child does not say, I have a sick culture. I have an alcoholic mother. I have an unfair and cruel father. I have a cowardly culture that lets children be beaten while neighbors listen. Every single child from 0 to 7, every hit they receive, the child knows that it is because they are a bad child. The child takes the faults of the parents, of the brothers, of the culture, of the neighbors, and blames themselves. I am a bad little girl. I deserve to be punished. It's all my fault. I will never be happy. I deserve to be hated. I'm bad. I'm unworthy. I'm unlovable. These are the beliefs that a child from 0 to 7 forms when they have sociopathic, cruel, ignorant, incompetent, right, highly stupid, busy, overworked parents. You see, it doesn't matter if a father leaves because he's got to provide work for the child. Every girl feels, if I was good enough, my father would have stayed. It doesn't matter if a mother dies in a car accident. The little girl says, if I was a good enough little girl, my mother would not have gotten into the car accident. A child blames themselves for the fate of the culture and their parents. That's the way the body works. That's the way psychology works. That's the way a child works. And the Philippines is filled with cruelty. Drunkenness, rape, addiction, beatings, lies, stealing, shaming, covering up the abuse. Parents prostituting their children, uncles molesting the children, grandfathers molesting the children. The Philippines is filled with shame dumped on little girls that is incredibly cruel. Every single Filipina who opens up to me tells me their story, and it is always cruel. Just spoke to a Filipina the other day. Right? She's at her father's funeral. She feels bad, like it's her fault. Her father was an addict. Her father was constantly drunk. Her father stole her money. Her father beat her. Her father beat her mother to such an extent that they had to kick him out of the house. And the mother had to raise the child alone for their own safety. Does this girl feel angry at her father? No. She feels guilty that it's her fault, because that's how children think. Now, it's hard enough when she started up her own business and it's just beginning to become successful and he steals all her money. So she's hopeless. She feels despair and depression. No matter what she does, any success she creates in life, her father will steal it, drink, and then beat her and her mother. He will take her money so that he can buy drugs so that he can beat her and her mother. This is a horrific reality for a young child, for a teenager, for a young Filipina, and it is happening all the time. Now, in some aspects of scientific thinking, the past is the past and you cannot change it. But biology is different. And what I mean by that is the brain cannot tell the difference between something you imagine with emotion and something that actually happened. Now, here's what I mean by that. My father hit me as a 6-year-old boy. One of my greatest fears, one of my greatest panics, is waiting to be hit as a sensitive child. Right? And so this is just to say abuse is not a problem of the Philippines. It is a problem of incompetent parenting around the world. Right? My parents are American. My father hit me. My mother hit me. It's so terrifying to be so small and to be shamed and to be hit. Right? That even now, it's my greatest fear. It's my greatest hurt. It's in my body. It's a memory. And the reason the abuse affects me today is that today I am in my body feeling that fear. Right? If I try to do certain things, that fear comes up, that I'm going to be hit. And so I'm too frightened of facing that. And so I do not achieve my possibilities, my potential. I'm afraid of those memories. I'm afraid of those feelings. I can't get too close to certain people, certain men, certain women. I'm afraid because those feelings come up. And so I'm more lonely. I'm more isolated. Today, 49 years later, because it's not in the past, it's in the present in my body. So this is the secret of understanding biological time. Your memories are not in the past until you release them from your body. Now, dogs do this very well. Right? You'll notice a dog will get into a fight, will have a trauma, and then it will shake itself and release all the energy in its body, and it's back, it's in a reset. But children are often scolded for crying or running away, etc. And so the energy stays trapped in their body. It becomes PTSD or complex PTSD, goes into the body as a memory. Now, because it's in the body as a memory, it is in the present. It's not in the future, it's not in the past, it's in the present. I'm still living it, I'm still expecting it. Now, what that means is do something, for me, this is a little experiment. Get a pen or a pencil or a little bit of wood, a bit of candy, it doesn't matter, something that's shaped like a pen. Now watch this, this is very interesting. Open your mouth and put it towards the back here. And then bite down. This muscle is associated with smiling and laughter. And so what happens when you do that is you start smiling, you start laughing. Now, the reality hasn't changed. You've changed. I've changed in relationship with the reality. The physiology has changed. Now, you can change your physiology by putting a pen, it doesn't work with your finger, but putting a pen or a candy cane or something like that in your mouth. Try it. It's very interesting. You can change reality like that, but here's another thing that you can do. You can go into a painful memory. You can pause and feel something like my father's going to hit me. And it feels so lonely and I don't want to feel it. It's very painful. And into that picture, I can bring in a kind and loving human being. An angel, an elder, someone who's kind and loving, who's unconditionally loving. While I'm terrified and while I'm crying, I can imagine that mother putting their arms on my shoulder and letting me know that I matter, letting me know that it's not my fault. And I can cry and let it out of my body. I can feel the warmth. I can feel the golden energy coming from her hands, filling my whole body as a 6-year-old boy. And then she says, would you like to come and be in a place with me? Would you like to come into a safe and beautiful garden? Would you like to come into a safe and beautiful garden? Right? It's light and it's warm. And they go into that garden and it's so filled with light and so filled with love. It's too bright to see. So I don't know what happens in the garden, but I know that my 6-year-old little boy is feeling safe, is feeling loved. And I let in the fact that my 6-year-old is loved. My 6-year-old is safe. My 6-year-old, someone cared about him. Now, my shoulders feel different. My whole body feels different. I feel different. And this is called meditation. You imagine something, you feel it, you let it enter your body. And now, the past that is locked in the body is changed now. So now, my 6-year-old little boy doesn't believe that he's worthless, because if he was worthless, why is that lovely woman helping him? Why? He knows he's valuable because somebody cared. Now, every Filipina that I've introduced this meditation to has had profound changes, connecting with the goddess, connecting with angels, connecting with God, goddess, all that is, connecting with ancestors, connecting with helping spirits, connecting with positive energy. The beliefs that you have in detail, the names, the words, they're not important. The energy, the light is what's important. You see, if you believe at a deep level that you are unworthy of love, you will do the things that undermine the love in your life. If you believe that you are unlovable in your body, when a man tries to love you, you will push him away because you will feel crazy. It will feel strange. You will be frightened because it doesn't make sense. Human beings want to be sane. They want to make sense. And if they deeply believe that they're unworthy of happiness and love, if anyone tries to give them happiness and love, they have to push it away because they will feel crazy if they let it in. 100% of the time that I've helped a Filipina to start meditating 2 times a day, 1 minute, 5 minutes, it's enough. 2 times a day to find a painful part in their body, in the past. Give that part healing, feel it in the body. That completes the meditation, and you come back to the present feeling integrated, feeling whole, feeling strong. So this is the technique. This is the process of loving and being loved, of self-loving. Now, once you love yourself through meditation, your inner child, your body will feel natural being loved. So when somebody else loves you, you will feel comfortable, you will feel happy. You'll say, of course people want to love me. I'm a wonderful human being. And then you will start behaving like a wonderful human being. And then other people will say, oh, wow, that's a wonderful human being. And if they don't, you can slowly let go of those people and find the new people that are waiting to honor you for being closer to yourself. I want to invite you to do this ritual, to go on YouTube and search Healing the Inner Child, to do your own meditation, if possible. If you need a little help, bring in a guided meditation, and share in the comments below how this helped you touch your authentic self, your true self. That is 100% deserving of love, 100% worthy of love. 100% deserving. It's not about deserving. It's about, do we have the skill to give our inner child the love they have always needed? Blessings. Kiss for your inner child. And take care.